So I was watching this Christian video about entertainment, and someone posted this in the comment section, and it said, "Entertainment is the devil's substitute for joy." Okay, the more joy you have in the Lord, the less entertainment you need. By Leonard Ravenhill. I don't know who he is. Maybe he's a preacher or something. But anyways, I'm gonna say, man, that I really don't agree with that statement. I'm not even certain that that's a biblical statement. You know, here's the thing: God should be the number one focus in your life. Okay, you could technically put anything over God, and that's bad. It doesn't matter if it's entertainment. It could be work. It could be your spouse. Okay, it could be your children. Okay, um, it could be, oh, I care more about cars, or I care more about clothing than God. You know what I'm saying? I care more about material stuff. I care more about money. All I care about is being in shape and being sexy. I don't care about God. You can't put anything ahead of God. That's bad. But I don't see where entertainment and God are opposing forces. Okay. But this statement says entertainment is the devil's substitute for joy. This statement is basically saying entertainment is a bad thing that is taking the place of God. I don't see that. Okay. I don't see that anywhere in the Bible. I think modern day Christians, man, I'm gonna be honest with you. I feel like they've gone a little too far, man. They get to the point where I hate to say it, I feel like we get into some pharisaical territory here. Yes, you heard me. I said it. Hey, I went there. Hey, because I mean, some modern day Christians, I ain't said all. Because they'll talk about Pharisees and they'll oh how bad the Pharisees were and how they want to make all these rules and stuff. But I'm sitting here watching all kind of weird videos about people saying that, oh, a married couple can only have sex in one position, missionary position. Okay, not in the Bible. Dancing is a sin. You'll find that nowhere in the Bible. Just all type of stuff, man. Oh, if you drink pop, you're going to hell. I mean, come on, dude. It's just, I don't know, man. I feel like it's getting to the point where some of these modern day Christians actually owe the Pharisees an apology, because the Pharisees weren't talking about some of this stuff. Okay, these guys are talking about. And also the comment saying that entertainment is the devil's substitute for joy. Don't make any sense to me, man. Okay. Don't make any sense to me, because if you go back and you look at the Bible, you will see that a lot of those people had all forms of entertainment. Okay. Many of the people in the Bible danced, they sang, they drank, and they had feasts. People in the Bible did enjoy entertainment and recreation. The Bible mentions various activities they engaged in for enjoyment, including music, dancing, celebrations, and games. The Bible frequently mentions music and dancing as part of the celebrations and festivals. For example, Luke's gospel describes children in the marketplace playing flutes and dancing. David played music for King Saul. Okay. Jews in the first century greatly enjoyed festivals and celebrations, which including feasting, dancing, drinking, and music. Athletic contests, wrestling, running, and ancient cultures, including ancient Israel. Okay. Jesus went to parties and made time to relax with his disciples. He enjoyed meals and drinks with his friends. Okay. So are we saying, oh, what is Jesus doing? Don't Jesus understand he wasn't supposed to be having no entertainment? Okay. What's going on here? Okay. Children in Jesus' times played games like hopscotch and jacks. Okay. Archaeological finds all show whistles, rattles, toy animals on wheels, and hoops. Adults played board games, with a form of checkers being popular. Okay. So I don't know, man. I actually personally found the gospel to be entertaining. Yes, you heard me right. When I was a kid, I used to read the Bible at times for other reasons other than spiritual edification. Okay. Um, I would imagine the events of the Bible in my mind. I enjoy watching gospel films for other reasons than just spiritual edification. Same thing with gospel music, okay? I see no reason the gospel cannot be entertaining and a tool for salvation at the same time. Now, hey, maybe that's blasphemy to you, okay? You know, I see no reason why I can't sit there and listen to some music about Jesus Christ and also just enjoy that music as good music. Okay. Or just watch a good gospel program. Is it just it's a entertaining story? I'm sorry. Hey, I'm not sorry for that. Okay. I don't see why something about the Bible, okay, can't be for spiritual edification and also entertainment at the same time. Okay. Man, like I said, when I was a kid, I used to read the Bible. Of course, I was reading it for spiritual edification, but it was a form of entertainment to me as well. Okay. I don't care. I don't think anything's wrong with that. Okay. I never realized that all forms of entertainment in Jesus were opposing forces or that all entertainment came from the devil. In fact, I'm sure the Bible actually shows people enjoying acceptable forms of entertainment. The Bible does not forbid entertainment, okay? It's important that we keep entertainment in its proper perspective and that fellowship with God comes first and we do not engage in ungodly forms of entertainment. However, I do not see that God and entertainment are opposing forces or that the Bible ever teaches that, okay? We have to keep things in their proper perspective, okay? Who created entertainment to begin with, okay? God, of course. Where do we think music, dancing, singing, storytelling, games, poetry, and all this stuff came from to begin with, okay? There are people who enjoy just painting. That's a form of entertainment. Who do you think that came from? Okay, who do you think gave human beings the ability to create beautiful art? Okay, what the heck? You think the devil? You think the devil created that? Nah, man. Okay, ability to make music, to tell a story, to write a story. All these things came from God to begin with. That's my opinion. All right, and this comment about the more joy you have in the Lord, the less entertainment you need. Entertainment is the devil's substitute for joy. Nah. Entertainment, in my opinion, came from God. Okay, God wants us to enjoy ourselves. Okay, He wants us to have fun. If you study the Bible, okay, you study the Bible, all those people had various forms of entertainment that they enjoyed. Okay, you study the culture. I just told you there's all type of games, entertainment they had. God and entertainment are not opposing forces, man. Okay, entertainment came from God. Everything good came from God. Okay, we just have to make certain that God has to be number one in our lives. Okay, it shouldn't be, hey, I care more about basketball than God. Okay, I'm not gonna get up and pray and read my Bible or go to church or fast or whatever. I'm gonna spend more time shooting hoops. No, that's not how it's supposed to work. Okay, I'm gonna spend more time, worrying about my woman or my husband or my kids or my money. Okay, that's when it gets twisted. Okay, but God and entertainment are not opposing forces. You can have fun. You can enjoy yourself. Okay, all entertainment, all godly forms of entertainment came from God. Okay. You can't tell me that the devil came up with poetry and reading and music and all those and dancing and all those good things. No, that stuff came from God. Okay. But I think right now, man, that some people in a modern day church, I hate to say it, have become pharisaical. Okay. Cause it's crazy, man. Like I literally will see people sit up and say, "Oh, this is a sin. That's a sin. This is a sin." Everything can't be a sin, man. Everything cannot be a sin. Everything can't be wrong, and everything can't be an opposing force to God. Okay, basically, that's what this statement is saying. Entertainment is the devil's substitute for joy. God and entertainment are not opposing forces. As long as God is number one in your life, you can enjoy yourself. Okay, nothing wrong with that. They're not opposing forces. Okay, it's not, oh, I got this so much joy in the Lord, I should never need any entertainment. That's goofy. That's goofy. Yes, I hear me. That's goofy. And this type of stuff, that type of mentality and this type of thing is what turns off a lot of the average people. Okay, because not only does it turn off the average people, a lot of this stuff some of these modern day Christians are saying is really, in my opinion, is not biblical. Okay. Because in the Bible, okay, those people enjoyed entertainment. Jesus enjoyed entertainment. Okay. They're not an opposing, these are not opposing things. God has to be at the forefront, but once God is in his proper position in your life, you can enjoy entertainment as long as it's not demonic or evil. But you have time. Nothing's wrong with entertainment, man. Like I said, this type of thinking, in my opinion, is what's turning a lot of average people off. Because you've got people now, some of these Christians that they'll talk about Pharisees, but they 10 times worse than some of these Pharisees, man. I've literally seen dudes say you can't drink pop. You drink pop, you going to hell. Okay. Yes. You drink pop, you going to hell. Hey, I mean, man, just my thoughts, but I think this type of thinking isn't winning souls from Christ. I think it's honestly turning people off from Christ. Okay. Just my thoughts.